Yo, I have spent years trying to optimize my workstation setup and make it as productive and efficient and optimized as I possibly could. And now I'm pretty confident that I have finally reached that point. So in this video I'm gonna first go over how I've set up my workstation, what stuff I use here, and then we're also gonna go onto my computer and see what kind of apps and tools I use there for just staying super productive and having everything work really smooth. It's pretty cool, I have to tell you. So let's jump into it. But yeah, so in a nutshell, this is what my workstation setup looks like. This is my whole office room. As you can see, it's completely empty. The only thing I have here is my desk. And the reason for this is I don't want any clutter, I don't want any couches, I don't want anything in here. I just want it to be really optimized for work. I have a few plants here, of course, and some cool lights just to make it a bit more cozier. For the screen, this is what I get the most compliments for, or what people are usually really interested about. This is the Samsung G9 Neo or something, I don't know, 57-inch curved screen. And I used to have actually this and another ultrawide screen here. So I had like a 180-degree view, but that was a little bit overboard. Never used it. It was completely useless. So now I just have one, but this has been absolutely amazing because I love to have multiple windows here. I like to see, like, maybe I have a meeting here, I have my calendar here, I have something else here. So it's been really nice. It's a bit on the expensive side. I think it's like 2.2k or something in euros. But it has been extremely worth it. For my webcam, I have this like camera arm, and my camera normally sits here. Now my camera is of course here. I use the Sony ZV-E10 with a 16mm Sigma lens, and I have Rode micro mic, I don't know, but I have like a Rode mic on it. And this has been really good. You can get like amazing picture quality when you have it here, and you can just plug it as a webcam to your computer. Getting into the stuff that I have on my actual desk that I used to do all the work with. As you can see, I've done my best trying to keep it as simple and minimalistic as I could. I don't want to have anything extra here. For the keyboard, I have no idea. I think this is SteelSeries Mini, Apex Mini, something like this. A mechanical keyboard, a gaming keyboard, and yeah, I just use it because I really like how it sounds. And it's nice, it's small, it's minimalistic, and yeah, it just works really well. It works with Bluetooth, but I just keep it on charge always because I don't want to fuck around with that stuff. But yeah, this has been really good keyboard. I actually do have a lot of different keyboards as well that I've been trying out. This is Equinix or something. Pretty nice keyboard, pretty heavy duty, feels really premium. I just don't like it because it's really big, but it's a really good keyboard as well. And then of course the Apple's Magic Keyboard is also a killer, but yeah, this is what I'm just using right now. One massive life quality improvement that I've made is getting like a gel wrist support mat that sits in front of my keyboard, so when I write I can rest my wrist here. It sounds a little bit silly if you've never had one, but it actually makes a massive difference. And especially if you're working long days, sometimes you might pull like 250, 300 hours in a month. You're gonna be here a lot, and you surely don't want your wrist to get fucked up. You can get like carpal tunnel syndrome, and yeah, just mess up your wrist by having like really unergonomic setup. For the mouse, right now I'm using the wired Razer Death Adder V3. It's once again like a hardcore gaming mouse. It's super light, it's super nice. The reason why I use it is, yeah, it's just nice to use. It really doesn't weigh anything, and it's really fast, really accurate. I've used the classic Logitech MS, what is this called? MX Master 3S, which is a really good mouse, a little bit more ergonomic. It supports your wrist a bit better, but yeah, it's a good mouse, literally nothing wrong with it. I just changed for fun. And the Magic Mouse is of course a nice mouse, but this is pretty shit. Like, I noticed after like 10 hours of sitting here and doing work, my wrist started getting like a lot of pains because it's like a fucking shit mouse to use for ergonomics. And the Magic mouse or Magic trackpad, touchpad from Apple also. A great mouse, but if you have like a massive screen like this, it's not super optimal because it takes a long time to drag over. So yeah, I've been using this mouse. It's really nice. Sam Owen said it in one of his workstation setup videos that he just looks at what the pro gamers are using, and he just uses that because those people have to be locked the fuck in when it comes to like equipment, computer equipment, because it's their job. They have to perform really well. So yeah, that's what I've been doing as well, just looking at what gamers use, and they surely know better than I do on what's good stuff, because they have to actually research that and actually figure it out. One thing that has been also ultra nice, I'm not sure how well you can see this, but it's the Stream Deck. I just like to have this sitting on my desk, and here I can change songs, or I can turn this on or off, which has been like really useful when recording stuff. Or I can just change the lighting once again. I don't know if that really like works, but or if you can see it, but yeah, I like to change the lighting from here. Then going into the microphone, this has been a really good mic. It's called the Sony ZV. No, that's the fucking camera. It's called the Shure SM7B. It's a really good microphone. I saw Joe Rogan using it, so I thought that it has to be good. Once again, a little bit on the expensive side. I think it's like $450, but it's extremely worth it. It's a really good mic, but there's no need to get a microphone like this. You know, you can get something very simpler. Shure has some cheaper mics, or you can get like a Quadcast is a good one, or a Blue Yeti is also a good mic. But yeah, this is what I've been using. It's sitting on a Rode PSA-1 monitor arm, which is really nice. And back here it connects to a Vocaster 1. I don't know what this is called. I don't really know much about audio, but it's called, I think this is like a, I don't fucking know, audio interface, I think. It's connected to this, and this plugs into my computer. For my computer right now, I'm using the M1 MacBook Pro. I just have it docked here always because I don't really use it in the laptop mode. And I'm waiting for the Apple Mac Mini M4s to come out. I could already order it, but I'm just waiting for it to come to sale in Estonia or Finland or somewhere close by, so I can upgrade this bitch. But this has been really good as well. And yeah, I just have like an Apple HomePod Mini. Just if I ever want to listen to music, it's really nice here. Also, forgot to talk about this. This is my studio light that I use recording. So normally my camera would be sitting here, boom. So I like to have some light hitting my face, like a proper key light. This is the Amaran 60D or D60. I don't know what it's called, but yeah, it's from Amaran. I think it's 60D. And it has like a basic light box, and it's just sitting there, and it's connected to the Stream Deck that I showed. I can just press a button, turn it on, and I can immediately start recording. Last thing here that is maybe worth a mention is the light bar on top of my monitor. So let's say that I would have the studio light off like I normally would have if I'm just working here alone. I can take this and turn it on, and it lights up the desk, and it also lights up behind of the monitor. So then if you're working for a long time in the darkness, you get less eye strain, and you can look at the screen for a longer time. Plus, if you have anything here, you can see it. So this has been pretty good. This is from BenQ. And yeah, I highly recommend you to get this if you like to work in the darkness. It has been really nice. Of course, in the background, the ClickFunnels 2 Comma Club award that we got a few years ago. Gotta have that there, just waiting to get the bigger one next to it. But yeah, that's pretty much my like workstation setup in terms of hardware and how everything is set up. I have this desk shelf from Balolo. It's really nice. It's called the Balolo Cockpit. And yeah, you can just assemble it yourself. It's from Germany, so it's good engineering. And you can like set up small like shelves here and these kinds of things where you can put your phone or the Stream Deck or an iPad or whatever. Also helps to hide some wires and just gives a nice feel to it. The desk mat is also from Balolo, which is really nice. And yeah, really nothing special. The big screen is what I think has the biggest impact. It's really nice to work here when you can have a bunch of windows open. And a good mouse and a good keyboard, of course, are really nice because you're going to be using them a lot.
A good camera for face cam if you're taking a lot of sales calls or doing any content is super helpful. Just helps you crank up the quality a little bit. And of course audio, if you're recording in VSLs, doing a sales calls, doing any audio or doing any content, once again, extremely helpful. But yeah, I've tested out like a bunch of stuff. I've tested out these keyboards, I've tested out a bunch of mouses, I've had a bunch of different monitors and all kinds of things. And I noticed that every single time when I add something to the setup, it just brings more distraction than it brings like benefit. So I try to keep it as minimal as possible. Because it's, yeah, once again, it's easier to focus when there's less stuff going around. But yeah, let's hop on the machine and I'll go over what tools I use to fucking dial the fuck in, the lock in. Because once again, I've spent a lot of time optimizing that stuff. And boom, here we are on the computer, the machine. And yeah, unfortunately I can't film or like screen record my whole screen because as you saw, it's pretty fucking big, so it doesn't really work with YouTube. But there really isn't anything special, like few widgets for like weather and stuff. But yeah, so mainly for what I use on the computer for productivity, for planning, for time management. Like over time, over the past years, I've used so many different tools, like all of these fancy AI, automatic calendar scheduling tools, and Airtable, and Trello, and Notion, and fucking Todoist, and all of like every single productivity tool that you can imagine. I have used it because I've always tried to find something that is ultra efficient and works super well. But over time, I have just noticed that simplicity is really where the money is at, which is pretty fucking brain dead or like pretty obvious. But for some reason, it took me years to understand. So if you right now have a bunch of different AI or like bunch of different productivity workflows that you are using, maybe this also helps you. But yeah, so first of all, for my browser, as you can see, I have nothing else here on the dock because I don't really need anything else. I use ScreenFlow to record my videos, like when I do screen recordings. But other than that, like for the browser, I use Arc. It's pretty nice. It's pretty fancy. In terms of like aesthetics, I've noticed over time that for me, it's really important that stuff looks good, that the products are built nicely and it's aesthetic and nice UI. That helps me just do more work. But yeah, I use Arc mainly because you can set up different like tabs here or different things. It saves your tabs here. You can have folders, all this stuff. You can really quickly search up different things. Yeah, it's just really nice to use. There's really nothing special. It's a browser built on Chrome. And I just pretty much pay attention to not having any open tabs. I just have a few bookmarks here. And in terms of tabs, I always try to have 0 tabs open. I know a lot of people have like a million tabs. Like, what the fuck are you doing that to yourself? Like, that's just distracting you. Like, don't do that. Just have 0 tabs. Arc actually deletes your tabs automatically, or closes your tabs automatically. It's really nice. And one of my favorite features here is if we go, let's say we go to like, let's say I just go to Google, one thing, okay, let's go to Google Drive, So one thing that on Google Drive or anywhere is really nice is on Arc that you can close the side browser and now you have nothing else here. You don't have like the top tab, you don't have any tabs, you can't see anything. So you're just like super fucking locked in, like super dialed in on this on this one thing, which is once again helps a lot with productivity. Boom. But yeah, that's about Arc. It's really basic browser, you don't need anything special there. In terms of my to-do list, I have literally just used reminders. I found out that reminders is the best app to use for this. Fucking Apple's own reminders. If you use a PC, I don't know, tough. You can go use Todoist. Todoist is pretty good. Really similar. But yeah, I just use the Apple's own reminders and this is working super fucking well for me. Here I have a few different views. So I have today's must-dos. Like every single time when I click on the today view, I see today's must-dos, today's should-dos, and today's could-dos. Which are categorized by priority. And here today, as you can see, it's the evening. I only have a few like must-dos anymore. Work on AV. I have like my own checklist for that. And then post a YouTube video, which I'm doing right now. And then once I click that, boom, it gets removed and automatically comes back when it's the time. Also here, like what is really nice is you can like only look at this. So what I usually do is I just make this like small, boom, and I just have this at the edge of my screen, so I only see my like most important tasks throughout the day. And then once I'm done with my today's must-dos, I can go and do my today's should-dos or could-dos if there's anything that I need. I also categorize all my tasks based on like this week, so what needs to be done this week or next week or this month or next month or long term or recurring work or routines, you know, like I schedule them like this, and then at every single week, like I go and look at these and I schedule them for the coming week, which is super fucking useful. As you can see, like my stuff is pretty empty, you know, I don't have a bunch of empty projects. I like to just have all important stuff as recurring work, like working on AV. I'm just building a product every single day, 6-8 hours, post a YouTube video, workout, client fulfillment, all these things, of course, sales calls, but those don't really need to be here. But yeah, I just try to keep it as simple as possible, nothing special there. And yeah, this is really good. You can do this, if you want to do this yourself, you can do this with smart folders. And one like really useful thing is you can set up like, you can, let's say you are here in Arc and you get an idea, hey, I should fucking do this one thing. You can set up like a shortcut through Apple shortcuts that you press a button and then you can just write, remember to send invoice to John Smith, boom. And you just put it in. And then the next time when you come here, oh shit, you have a new thing on the inbox and you can just schedule this. This way you can just quickly capture all of your tasks that you need to be working on. You don't have to go to like a project management tool and spend like 5 minutes fucking tweaking something. So this has been extremely, extremely helpful. My other productivity apps that I just use the Apple Calendar. And I scrolled here to April, so you don't see all of my shit that is going on. But yeah, I just use Apple Calendar, and with Apple Reminders, it's really nice. Like these pop up here, you can drag them straight into your work days. And yeah, Apple Calendar just works fucking well. And the same thing also, Apple Notes. I love Apple Notes. It's so nice. It's so fucking simple. Here you can see just thumbnail ideas that I went through. Here you can see maybe where I got the idea for this video. But yeah, but Apple Notes, once again, super fucking nice. It's like, it's there already. It's simple. There's nothing special about it. You can just use Apple Notes. And I've seen that this is the best possible setup, at least for me. Of course, productivity is really personal, but I like to use this kind of a setup to manage my work. I have no issues. Apple Calendar for managing your meetings and schedule. Apple Reminders for to-do list and project management. And Apple Notes for anything that you need to write. And then everything else you can just fucking do on the browser. So yeah, just simplification. Just keep it simple, you know? Nothing special that you need to do. But yeah, that's it for me. I hope that this helped. I don't know. Hope it was enjoyable. And take care.